Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Really Dicey. This is Manny.
And I'm Matt, and today we're scouring Kickstarter to bring you some projects that are new and exciting that you might want to throw some money at. Okay, Manny, what do you got for us?
My first one is The Faraway Land RPG, Adventures into Materiosphere. This is not a new RPG. This is actually an expansion core rulebook so that now fans of the system can now go into space. The Faraway Land is pretty much very similar to Adventure Time in tone and art style, but I really like how things are described in the system. When it comes to like space travel, this is what it says in the book. It says, a unique system of travel where material ships are piloted by virtuosos who have the ability to hear and control material music by means of cosmic organs aboard their ships. What does that mean? I do not know, but it sounds like I need to know what's going on here. It just sounds, I just love the fact that it's creative with their language.
Yeah.
For those of you that haven't had a chance to check out the Faraway Land RPG, you could get the back catalog to it as part of the rewards you get for this project. So Matt, what do you have?
Well, that sounds pretty good. All right, so going in the other direction, I've got something called Driven into Darkness. It's a new tabletop RPG. It's a fantasy game, a lot of dungeon delving sort of thing. And the creator says that he specifically made it to address some concerns he had while playing D&D. So its three big features are an open-ended character creation system. So the classes kind of branch and have more decisions that you make in the classes as you advance. So if you pick a class at first level, you're not tied into that linear path of progression and abilities. You get to make choices. So it sounds like it just gives you a broader range of classes. He also says that he's using a what he describes as a player-facing one-roll D20 system. So I don't know exactly how it works, but he says that you can resolve large and small events with a single die. So not only, fighting the one guard, but actually fighting, the city guard. And the other thing that he mentions is simultaneous combat rounds. So a lot of people have different thoughts about initiative, and some people don't like waiting for their turn. And so I've seen different games that do different things to address that. And that's what this seems to be, an idea that all the action's happening at once. And, he says he's worked out a way for it not to overwhelm the GM and everything. So it sounds pretty experimental, but the great thing about it is that right now there is a free version of a quick start version on Drive-Thru-RPG.
My next recommendation is Secrets of the Vibrant Isle by Nerdburger Games. And I really like this always, whenever they come out with a zine or another game idea is always different and out of the box. So Secrets of the Vibrant Isle is a solo tabletop RPG adventure, but with this closer to the style of choose your own adventure books. And so you definitely get to use dice. But the idea is that you're shipwrecked and you find yourself on an enchanted island, but you have to prove yourself to the island that you're worthy to stay there. So there's a lot of like different challenges, and it doesn't have the regular traits that other role-playing games have, like strength and dexterity. It has discover, interact, learn, and survive. A lot of variety and charts so that gameplay is never the same twice. There's also short and long variations of play. And as I mentioned before, you do need dice. Just with all those different elements alone, just sounds like a really, really unique and interesting idea.
I'm not really a big comic book guy. I read a few things occasionally, and I know comic book people, so I'm kind of, peripheral to the scene. But there is apparently this ongoing comic right now from Image called Chew. And it is a foodie cut. What does it say here? A foodie crime drama about cops, crooks, cooks, cannibals, and clairvoyants, and chickens. So it seems really weird. It's really out there. So apparently, in sometime in the future, the bird flu kills off a huge number of people. The most powerful law enforcement agency becomes the USDA because it's under their purview. People are illegally selling food. So you have criminals selling this chicken, and you've got clairvoyance, apparently. How they put it, you can see the past of anything you taste. So you have cannibal clairvoyance. I'm just gonna snack on this guy's arm and find out how he died. So anyway, it's a really gonzo, bizarre looking comic book, and I really like the art. And even before I got the game, I thought, boy, I should really check out that comic book. So it's won all sorts of awards. It's by Image. The game is powered by Forged in the Darkness, which is a high intensity kind of action oriented narrative game that involves lots of description. And you play one of these really weird, messed up characters trying to balance all these strange things. And it just looks weird, really odd.
My next recommendation is Into the Odd Remastered. It's also another game that's been out. Oh, so you've heard of it?
I actually have Into the Odd.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Well, I've read it. I haven't had a chance to play it, but it's odd. But anyway, tell us about it.
Well, all right. So it's a remastered version. For those that don't know, it's a rules-light a game that incorporates industrial horror and cosmic strangeness. Kind of like it's like if Troika and Morkborg got teamed up.
That's
a
good way to describe it. Yeah.
The art looks fantastic. The tone sounds fantastic. It feels like it sounds like it's a world where the ideals of steampunk has failed, and we're just trapped in this industrial age, and we're all searching for something wondrous, and everything that is monstrous is all like hazard or mechanical based in some way. So it sounds really cool. There's a mini story in this called Return to the Iron Coral. I don't know if the original one was had this as well, but it's a strange. It's called A Strange Expedition, pretty much where you dungeon crawl through 4 mini dungeons. So, but I'm intrigued. I would like to see a copy of this in my hands. This one will be 136 pages, and it looks like Free League Publishing is helping to print and distribute this.
My next one is the Practical Guide to Becoming a Great GM. Okay, this is a 250-page book packed with tools about GMing, how to run a game, how to master the game. This gentleman has a YouTube channel where he tells you how to be a great GM, and it does really well. And he has collected all that information and put it together in a book, which was incredibly well received. And it says here it was funded in 15 minutes.
Excellent.
So that's pretty exciting. But there's still plenty of time for you to get in. There should be about 15 days left. This looks like a big, beautiful book with chapters on all sorts of things. Where to get ideas, discovering your GM style and its strengths and weaknesses, how to set goals, creating a living world, choosing a campaign, designing a campaign, NPCs, all the usual stuff you would expect, but it's, there's always more to learn. And it sounds like this gentleman has really put a lot of work into this. They've sent the game out already. I mean, the book already out to a bunch of alpha readers, and they've gotten feedback. So that's always a good sign when people take a Kickstarter seriously. They're not experimenting on you, the backers. They've already created a product. And, this is some Kickstarters they do seem like they're just kind of experimenting with everybody, which can be kind of fun. But if the Kickstarter costs this much money, it's nice to be backing something that has all the work put into it that you would expect to find in traditional publishing.
So yes, is there anything on Kickstarter or GoFundMe or any of the other crowdfunding sources, sites out there that we've missed? Let us know in the comments below. So yes, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next month. We will be back on schedule to do this monthly again. And yeah, stay safe out there. Have a good day.